and alternates.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have you had a chance to see that exhibit, ladies and gentlemen? Indicating affirmative. Thank you.
Your Honor, may we approach?
May. Mr. Walgan, you want to offer in evidence People's 29?
Yes, Your Honor, please.
Is there any objection, Mr. Chernoff? Is there any objection?
No, there is.
People's 29 is received in evidence at this time. Do you wish to publish People's 29 to the jurors?
Please, may I, Your Honor?
Any objection, Mr. Chernoff?
No.
Thank you. You may.
And I just want to make sure everyone can visibly see the cut in the back. Could the court inquire if everyone was able to see that, Your Honor?
I will. Have the jurors review the item? Yes. Thank you. All jurors indicate the affirmative. Mr. Walgan started at the far end of the jury box where the alternates are located and worked his way down to the front of the jury box where the first jurors and others are located. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, Your Honor, I'd also like marked for identification what was previously booked as LAPD item 106. I'd ask that this be marked People's 30 for identification.
Marked.
I'd also ask to move it into evidence at this time.
Mr. Chernoff?
Yes, no objections.
Okay.
Mr. Alvarez, showing you People's 30, and if I could take a moment, Your Honor, to publish this to the jury.
Is there any objection?
No
Mr. Chernoff?
objections.
Thank you. You may. Again, starting in that same area, working the way down to the other jurors.
I've done so, Your Honor.
Thank you. Has the jurors seen the exhibit? Indicating affirmative. Thank you.
Mr. Alvarez, showing you what was marked.
30 is received in evidence.
May I retrieve scissors from your clerk, Your Honor?
All right. Why don't you indicate its present form and
Your
what,
Honor,
you want, and what you want to do?
I have what was previously booked as LAPD evidence item 106, marked as People's 30 for identification. It is a 100 milliliter propofol bottle in a sealed plastic bag. At this time, what I'd like to do is open this sealed plastic bag so that I could retrieve People's 30 from that bag.
Any objections?
No objections.
Thank you. You may.
At this time, I'm using scissors to cut open the evidence item. I'm now holding People's 30. And also is reflected on the screen. Does this appear to be the bottle that you saw inside of LAPD evidence item 110, People's 29, on June 25th, 2009?
It appears to be, yes, sir.
Okay. And do you recall whether it was in the position as I am holding it now, or in the position I'm holding it now where the writing on the label would be upside down?
It was towards the bottom, but it was kind of slanted towards your, if you go to your right.
Okay, so do you see this rubber stopper?
Yes.
Okay. And the metal rim around that rubber stopper?
Yes.
Okay. Would that have been generally toward the port of the saline bag?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you said it was slightly sideways?
Correct.
Okay. For the record, Your Honor, I'm now taking People's 30, the propofol bottle. I'm placing it inside of People's 29. Mr. Alvarez, showing you People's 29.
Can I take a look at that, Judge? May I go over here?
Both counsel may meet.
I'll watch.
I'm doing it so Mr. Chernoff can see.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
May I publish this to the jury, Your Honor?
Tell us again what you just did.
I had a propofol bottle inside of the saline bag through the slit that it was previously identified.
I think you were going to ask Mr. Alvarez if that's what he saw. Is that where we're
I
heading?
think that's the next, yeah, that's why I just asked.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'd like to publish it to the jury.
I think you need to ask the question of Mr. Alvarez first, foundationally.
Thank you. Mr. Alvarez, showing you People's 29 and 30 with the propofol bottle now inside of the saline bag. Does this accurately represent what you saw hanging from the IV stand on June 25th, 2009?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And as it is depicted in this bag with the metal rimmed stopper toward the bottom of the bag, toward the port, was that in which the bottle was seated inside the bag?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And was it slightly sideways as well as reflected in its current state?
Yes, sir. It was a little bit more towards this area. The stopper was.
Okay. More toward the side?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May I publish this to the
Well,
jury?
let's just find out, because Mr. Alvarez just manipulated a little bit. Does that reflect its position, or do you want to move it a little more?
If I may.
All right, hand the items to Mr. Alvarez, please.
I remember seeing it like that, sir. Something
Okay.
like that. So.
And you've indicated on kind of a diagonal within the bag. Is that accurate?
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
May I, Your Honor?
You may. Starting with the jurors, front of the jury box and behind, closer to the jury deliberation room, and working the way down the jury box.